I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Last vlog that I did was talking about music for pleasure, and I thought, well, that's a good subject to carry on because obviously I like music a lot and I hope that you do. That's why you're listening. And so really there are so many ways that we can enjoy music for pleasure, and because it's not always appropriate to have a live orchestra just dash into your living room. And there are so many ways that we can just listen to music, whether it's the radio. I know that there's the new Scala radio. My husband's really converted to that. He absolutely loves that, and I dip into that quite often. And there's Classic FM. I do love John Suchet with his show. We've got Radio 3, and of course there's Radio 2 and all of the other stations if you fancy something a little bit more funky, as well as all the local radio stations. We are absolutely spoilt for choice. In fact, we have Spotify, we have Amazon Music, we have iTunes, and then if you're a bit of a purist, we have vinyl and cassette. I know a lot of people are going back to cassette because they like the warmth of magnetic tape instead of sterile digital. I, for one, am not sorry to be no longer needing to do the mega mixes that I used to make for in the car, where you press play and record at the same time, and you're always hoping that you don't get to the end of the tape before the track finishes, and so you'd end up having your tape turned over and trying the track again. So I don't miss those days at all. Thank goodness for playlists. Now I listen to playlists often for various reasons. It's all to do with context, so it depends. I prefer to choose what I listen to. Very often I will be listening to music that I'm practicing, and if I am listening to music, I really have to I'm either listening or I'm not. I can't do this background music just while I'm wandering around. In fact, I find that if I'm listening to music, I can't leave the room until the track's finished or something. So I'm either listening or I'm not. And so playlists are great for me, but I've got such a bizarre mix of playlists. So I've got a piano playlist, and what's on my playlist at the moment? Here's the music that I'm listening to. Some pieces that I'm playing, a Bach Praeambumlum. I'm just having a go with that. A bit of bizarre Bella Bartok from the Mikrokosmos. I'm having a go at some of the Bulgarian dances in Bulgarian rhythm, and so I'm listening to those on my playlist. A bit of Haydn Piano Sonata, the E flat major, number 49. I'm having a listen to that, and the Schumann Arabeske. I'm listening to that. That's taken from an old CD that I bought back in the 80s, I think. Gosh, that makes me sound old, doesn't it? And so I'm listening to that, and then I also listen to them. So I listen to them on iTunes, and I also listen to them on Amazon, on the app or on my Kindle. And I've got a flute playlist that I'm listening to, and I'm really quite in raptures over this Flute Concerto in G, the Adagio. I think, dare I say it, I wasn't a great fan of Mozart flute music for a while, but it's like the scales have been lifted from my eyes, and I'm really, really enjoying listening to that. I think the Adagio, the middle movement, is just perfect example of Mozart's skill in conveying operatic sort of qualities to his instrumental music, so I'm really enjoying that. But I don't just listen to classical music, so let's have a look at my playlists here. So I have here the piano and flute playlists, and then I have two other playlists that I dip into. I've got Mum's Mega Mix Chill Out. These are my relaxing tunes. Let's have a look what we've got here. So it mixes between Allegro Miserere, Rodrigo, Mozart Clarinet Concerto, of course, a bit of Vivaldi, Fauré. Oh, I do like my father's favourite. It was on the film To Sense and Sensibility, written by Patrick Doyle. I've got the piano music for that, but I just absolutely adore that track. Oh, Rigoletto, yeah, that's a good one. The Quartet, that was in the movie Quartet as well. I really enjoy that. So there's a real mix here. Fauré Requiem, I talked about that last time. I've sung that many times. So that's my kind of classical chill out playlist. But then in complete contrast, we have Mum's Mega Mix Wipeout. Now this is such a bizarre playlist, but you know, we're supposed to enjoy, and I have the most bizarre mix of tracks here. I've got the Bay City Rollers, Shang-a-Lang. I'm not quite sure. In fact, I do remember where that came from. Years and years ago, my friend Nikki used to save all the freebie CDs that used to come with different newspapers with all sorts of really bizarre tracks. And yeah, Bay City Rollers was one of those. I've got My Guy. I've got a bit of Mark Bolan, T-Rex. Yeah, a bit more. Oh, Everly Brothers, yes. What else have we got? It goes on forever. Meatloaf. So it's all to do with context. And I think that's the thing about music. It's what mood are you in? What do you feel like listening to? And so if I'm just having a little bit of quiet and I'm sitting and doing some sewing or just pottering around, I'll listen to my chill out mega mix. If I'm in the car and just want a bit of get the vibes going a bit, then I'll put my Wipeout track on. But if I'm in a mood to sort of concentrate, then I'll put my playlists on that I'm practicing, just to do a bit of mental practice as well. I don't suppose it quite replaces actually getting to the instrument and doing the work, but nevertheless it's a valid thing. Of course I do like silence as well, so this is why I think I don't listen to background music very often. I'm quite happy to just potter around in silence and just let my brain roam free, but it all depends upon what mood I'm in. So I just thought this was another extension of what we were talking about in the last vlog, where music's for pleasure, music's for fun, and don't just get sort of railroaded into one sort of music. There's lots for us to listen out there, and we're so blessed to have such a wealth of opportunity in listening to music. I do remember once sitting in the car listening to a cassette. That helped, didn't it? A cassette. Those days are gone now as well, aren't they? And I remember listening to a Mozart, I think it was the Clarinet Quintet, and I thought, do you know, I wonder if Mozart would be appalled that I'm just sort of casually listening to his wondrous creation, sitting there tapping my fingers waiting for the lights to change. I felt almost disrespectful, you know. We should be sitting giving it our full attention in a concert hall, and I wonder if Mozart would have thought, you know, I'm really glad that people can listen to my clarinet concerto or quintet or whatever it was while they're doing the dishes. I guess perhaps he would have, but just at that moment I felt quite irreverent for doing that. But that's the blessings that we've got. We're spoilt for choice. There's so much music out there. We are bursting at the seams with opportunity, and I guess really the point is that we dip in and enjoy it. So that was my little bizarre playlist there. I do hope that you've enjoyed this vlog. I'd love to hear what you like listening to. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I look forward to speaking to you next time. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.